Going live. So I'm a little bit early because it was most likely going to be that or being late. I am going to be joined by Neil very soon. He is washing his hand because he has very kindly measured out my resin. So I'm going to make sure he's set up, and if there's anybody here, I do apologise. I'm talking to myself as I get set up, so I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. I'm just going to quietly start mixing my resin. Oh, hello, Diving for Depth. Welcome. I am going to be using Resin 8, 300ml. Hello, Rachel. I will be getting my beautiful Neil here soon, who'll be able to tell me who's on and start doing all the comparing. Well, you are. Well, handsome then. Yeah. But we are going to be, with popular demand from the poll, trying to give you a feeling of spring or summertime with a pop of colour. So I am just mixing this. I've got the last of my Resin 8. I've probably got one more piece I can do, and then I'll be back with Mastercast. So I'm not going to tell you too much about the colours. I'll just give chance for other people to join us. But I'd love to know, how are you all doing this beautiful Sunday evening for us? I'm just waiting to see if there's any responses or who's there. Maybe people don't want to chat tonight. I am a little bit early. So
Tori.
Hello, Tori. So we are going to be working on just one big piece. Now, this piece here is a 16 by 16 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canvas.
Old money.
Old money. And I'm using 300ml of resin, and this is the canvas board I am using here. Second time I've used it. Today I just used it for doing an acrylic painting with the waves, and I'm going to be using this now for my resin. The thing I find a little bit frustrating with using canvases with resin is just getting the level of the board, because you have to put cardboard underneath it to help support it so it doesn't droop in the middle. But that makes it a little bit harder for little Sharon to level it.
Rachel's been binge watching your videos today.
Oh!
Hello to Majid. Maggie? No, Majid.
Oh, Majid.
Natalie says happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday back. And what better way than this beautiful yellow background we've got here.
Hiya, Diving for Depth. Yeah, I can understand you multitasking. That's quite all right.
Oh, is
something we do quite a lot. Majid is from Iran.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Iran. Welcome.
Yeah, I'd love to know what countries people are from again, just a shout out. It's nice to hear who's tuning in from all over the... put my teeth in. It started early, people. It started early. How long have I been stirring this, people? Because I really haven't paid any attention to the time. I've just been chatting away here. Once I've got this mixed, I am going to show you the colours. So I'm sort of inspired by rainbows today. So that's the vibe I'm going for. They're not perfect matches for the colour rainbow, and I've substituted my yellow with a gold, but I think because I've got the yellow background here, that is going to hopefully get a bit of contrast. So I'm thinking that there might be just something down the middle here. Go for colours, gradiate them, heat them up, see what it wants to do, and then sculpt it, and maybe try and leave some of this yellow popping through as the backdrop. But I say that all the time and then end up getting colour everywhere. So
Good evening to Anna Marie Smith from Prairie City, Oregon.
Hello. So let me take you through the wonderful colours I'm going to be using. So I don't have any pigments in red. I need to get some. So I'm going to be using this cadmium deep red. I don't know if the light's bright enough on the... Can you see okay on there on the screen?
Yep.
So deep red. So when you do use the... Let me see if I can get some light there around here. So when you use your acrylics in resin, always remember, use little and only apply it just before you apply it to your board, just to prevent any... I think that light's a bit better. That's good. I'm going to get hot now. It's like a sun wave on here.
Nice and cool,
and then I'm going to come through to my orange, which is going to be from Lorez, which is the brightest orange going. So we're going to be gradiating down to that which would be a yellow, but I'm going to replace it with gold, is the Honey Gold Shimmer, which is the Colour Cottage, and that does add a beautiful, nice orange tinge to it. Should I say yellow tinge to it, which will gradiate down into my Lucky Green, which is again the beautiful low res pigments. And then I'm going to come through to my lighter blue, which is again the Colour Cottage. You can tell I love this one. It is so gunked up, which is a nice bright blue, which will fade through into my deeper blue, which is my new love, which is the Blue Moon one, and that is by Resin Art Pigments, which will come through to my Purple Sapphire, which is also Resin Art Luster Pigments. So those are the colour schemes I'm going through, and I'm only going to mix a little bit of the colours and try and keep some of this clear, but that's what I'm now going to do. So
just say hi to Tina P.
Oh, hello Tina.
Natalie is in Arizona. You've got Rachel over in LA.
Oh, nice.
No, she's not LA. I do apologise, Rachel.
Oh, I don't
LV.
know. You just got
Las Vegas.
You just can't get the staff nowadays, can you? Eh?
Now I have to apologise if I pronounce this one wrong. Is it Jana or Jana from Indiana? You'll have to tell me how to pronounce that one. I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
I have to count out my cups because I'm terrible at not, and I'm hoping I'm not going to get in the camera angle, so I'm going to let you tell me. I not have any spills today. That's my goal. In the meantime, if anybody's interested, I've asked Neil to show you the pieces at some stage that we did last week, just to show you what they settled like. It doesn't have to be right now. They've dried exactly as you saw them. A couple of air bubbles did come up, which is not a biggie because I can just put a very light coat of resin over the top of them to sort those ones out. So that will be fine. And also, if you're interested, I've just completed, which I think is a beautiful piece of acrylic art. I think I put a photo of it on my Facebook page and also Instagram and my story on YouTube. And for the first time in a long while, I got my paintbrushes out and just worked on canvas on an ocean scene and created it purely by hand, which is a while since I've done that, but I just don't want to lose that skill. And it was a really nice project to work on. So if you're interested, let Neil know and he will show you all those while I am currently mixing up the pigments.
Good evening to Ronlyn from Virginia.
It'd be nice if we can also get, I don't know, did we hear anybody on from the UK yet?
No, mainly
in America.
Mainly US and Iran.
Nice. All right, so here we go with the pigments. I'm going to take my clear, and I'm going to, the thing I have to do, I don't know if you can see me just in front here, I have to put them in the order that I want them to go, otherwise I'll forget and it just goes to pot. But also I'm just mindful that I want them to blend it in a certain way, and I feel like I want my red to come here, gradiate through to the orange, the gold, which was the yellow, blue, green, blue, and then purple at the top. Then I'm going to blow it and see what happens, and then maybe try and turn it into some kind of feather. We'll see how we go. Now I'm going to just add them and show you as I go with the pigment. So my silicone cups that I used last week that I encourage you all to use, they definitely split the last time I used them, so I've got my full use out of them, so I need to order some more. So I'm using cups at the moment. So I'll show you the amount of pigment that I put on. It's quite dark here. I really do need, I think, can you put that light higher up there so that you can see if they can see the amount of pigment that I'm going to put in there. Oh, look at you, eh? That's amazing. Oh. I don't want to hear myself speaking. All right, so I'll mix this one up.
Tina's asking, why do you put them upside down?
I put them upside down, as in the pigments?
Yes.
The pigments really just so that you could see the colours. The only things I normally put upside down are my cups, just to prevent dust getting in there. But purely just for the photo that you have to take before here, and hopefully what you can see, you just get a better view. But a very good question. I don't know why I do half the stuff I do. All right, I am going to move the pigments I don't know to one side. So this is the blue that I fell in love with when I was on live with you all. So I'm just adding that one now. These pigments, they just, even though they are a pigment, they dissolve as though they are a fluid very quickly and very beautifully. And the vividness you get of the colour is just exquisite. I think it is anyway. So that's the lovely, it's almost velvety. I used this one last week, but it is a good go-to one. And I know that I'm going to have about 50ml resin left over, but I've got my trusted little silicone molds nearby that we can use to put them in. And in between that. Now, Colour Cottage, another beautiful pigment. These always have such a nice sparkle to them and shine, and they blend in beautifully. And this is one of my favourite colours, the Bluebird Blue.
So Jellicoe would like to
Look at that
see
dust.
your ocean because she loves the painting that you did for my mum.
Ah, well, there's two that Neil can show you then, which is the one that I think I uploaded the video to it, but you can see that one. We can bring that in front so you can have a little look. But I'll show you the acrylic painting that I did. I would love to know if anybody actually enjoys doing acrylic paintings with the brush themselves. I'd love to hear about that. So we are moving on to the lucky. Oh, now that one. This is why you shouldn't have put it upside down. Sharon, see that massive bubble that's coming, that's about to pop? It is beautiful. So the reason why not to put your pigments underneath if they're like this. We'll turn the other one the other way around.
Do it with the powders, not the liquid.
Yeah. It was purely just for the demonstration, and you have to take a picture. So with these, you don't need a lot at all.
Hola, Joyce. Joyce from Ohio is chromecasting you from the kitchen, so she can watch you from the kitchen.
Oh, I feel privileged or honoured? Honoured, I think that's the word. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. I've just popped that in there and it's just created its own little piece of art within the clear resin there. That was beautiful. So this is now my new favourite green. It's so rich and it's got a beautiful shimmer through it. But I think I might just add a little bit more. It's a bit transparent for what I'm looking for. And because I'm going to be adding clear resin on this, it is going to dilute what I'm going to be doing anyway. So I just want to make sure, I use the end of this one, break it off, that it's not going to get too diluted. A bit sticky from the resin where you help.
No, I'm just checking my hands before I got your ocean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ocean one there is about to show you, if it's the one I've just finished today. Wow, look at that. There's a lot of hours gone into that because it was like learning again how to use my blending with my brush, because I've been doing fluid art now for the last 12 months more than anything. That you just have to stretch that muscle in the brain and remember how to do things. Alright, let me know so I can get out of the way for you. Oh, right, I'm just going to step out the way. I don't know if you're going to, I might have to take it off the stand.
I reckon so.
Just hold it from behind and you'll be okay. I'm getting protective over my baby that is about to show you. Alright, so that's the bottom. Come, hold it down now, move it down. Ooh.
Down.
There you go, down a bit more.
Keep going.
There you go, now back up. Oh yeah, go. It's like it's like a conveyor belt. Pick up. No, you need to go up now. Carry on up.
Oh, sorry,
yeah, there you go. So that's the one that I've
Left
just
and right.
finished. No, it's all in. That's it.
I can't see.
Yeah, thank you. So that's the one that I've just finished hand painting today, and I had a lot of fun doing that. All right, in with the Colour Cottage, which is the Honey Gold Shimmer. Hello. I know somebody's just joined.
Oh, Heather is saying hi.
Hi, Heather.
Grayson from Minnesota. Tina's saying she enjoys acrylic painting, but mainly landscapes.
Oh, beautiful.
Mara.
Hello.
Hi, Sharon.
Hello, everybody that's just joined. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. All right, look at that beautiful honey gold. Now, I don't know if you can see, but all those pigments are flying around here.
Hiya, Brenda from Alberta in Canada.
Oh, hello, Canada. All right, 2 colours left to mix, which is the brightest orange. So let's see. Neil is gently backing back out of the studio. It's not really a studio, it's a conservatory, and it's so small.
Joking.
No, that's not very nice. You're just so mean, Molly. oh, my heart. Be still, my beating heart. I thought he'd just dropped my acrylic that's waiting to dry still. So I'm going to go with that. I might go with a little bit more. And see what happens with that. And again, this is only the second time I've really played with Resin. I was very fortunate to get a few gifted to me. One day I'd like to get the full set, but that is a beautiful orange. It definitely is the brightest orange I've seen. All right, Neil's coming in with another picture to show you before the final one.
Okay, in we go. Sorry, I didn't know if we were...
Yeah,
right, you'll have to direct me again because I can't see again.
Go up to start with. Oh, wait, no, yeah. We'll do it on a conveyor belt. Down a bit more. I'll play some music. Do-do-do. Now just slowly up, slowly up. So this is the recent Resin Ocean one that you would have most likely seen the tutorial. So if you do want to see how I created that, I've done a step-by-step guide for you. I do love working on ocean scenes. They're I just connect so much with the ocean. So you're going to see that they are part of my ongoing pictures within my YouTube channel. But I will try and mix it all up for you. But I've got to make sure that I'm true to myself as that artist and what gives me energy, and make sure that I'm producing art that I can either use myself around my home, or people will want to buy, or that I find soothing to myself. All right, Neil will be back soon, and he will tell me any other comments that people want to know or share. I'm just adding my red, but I'm just mindful I'm going to have to apply that more or less straight away. So let's mix that in, and then we'll start applying the red as the first one. So that was the, I don't know if I showed you that. That was the Dalaran Rowney Cadmium Deep Red. So I don't know if you've got anything to catch me up on.
No, other than Jellicoe. Well, there's a lot of people really like that one, but Jellicoe is no need to apologise for the English. It's absolutely perfect. And you must tell me, that is it Jellicoe with a like a J, or is it Helica? So it's more like a H. I'm not sure.
Neil likes to say things correctly. All right, I'll keep that little bit.
Tina. Oh, Patricia is on.
All right, I'm going to get my old hands. Well, I'm going to get these gloves off, otherwise I'm going to leave colour everywhere. All right, I forgot to take my bangle off. Oh. All right, so the reason I get my hands in here is I just like to connect with my art. I do apologise if my... Am I blocking the camera angle?
No, you're all good.
Yeah, so I'm just spreading this clear. Just don't want to knock the level of it. I've spent a lot of time making sure this is all level today in preparation, and I'm trying to protect some of this backboard, but because it is that cardboard, it's not a nice surface.
Sounds like there's been snow over in the US.
Snow? Wow.
Yeah, over in Minnesota by the sounds of it. Luckily,
Is it
Grayson
bad
wasn't
snow?
too badly affected, but it sounds like others in the state were hit harder.
Really? Awful.
Yeah.
Is it like blizzards?
Grayson got some by the looks of it.
Blizzards? Yeah. Look at
Like
that.
a J, okay, so Jellicoe. Thanks, Jellicoe, for confirming.
So I'm a bit frustrated with myself because I got pigments, dust. I should have wiped it off before I've added the clear, and as I've been rubbing it, obviously it's made it all... Oh, sorry. You're going to feel a bit dizzy there with the camera. Let me stop it. Oh. All right, I'm going to take these gloves off. I'm just going to heat up that resin now so that when I apply these parts, it is going to move around. But I'm going to put some fresh gloves off. So what I was trying to say there is some of the powders fell out onto my canvas, and I should have taken the time to make sure that was wiped off properly, and I didn't, and you can see a little bit coming through now on that clear, but it's okay because I can just make sure that my colours cover it. No need to stress, Sharon. All right, so just heating it up. The reason I heat it up is just to help it spread, pop bubbles, but once it's heaten up, if I apply my fresh resin to it, it's going to move around a lot easier. So I'm just mindful that my acrylics been in that tub a little while, so I want to get that one out.
Hello to Suze from California. And I think you're right, Joyce. She does seem to have a fan club in the USA there.
I do, don't I? Alright, so I am just going to apply my colours.
Evening, Petra.
Not too sure how this is going to work, but I will try to keep some in the cup for after. And then if I need to come back, I will. I've just got an idea in my head, but not 100% sure how the execution of this is going to go. So this is all live. I haven't practiced beforehand with this one. But I sit and sometimes think. Sometimes think. Yeah, only sometimes. Sometimes I think about what is it that I want to achieve. And once the votes were in that you wanted to see colour pop, I then started to work out what has been going through my mind lately that I really would like to see. And I have been thinking of doing rainbow colours for a little while, or should I say very similar to chakra colours. And because we've been outside, even though it's not the best weather today, springtime is upon us and nearly summertime in the UK. We had a little look around our new house that's being built.
Yes, we did.
And there's lots of flowers that I've been seeing that's sort of inspiring me.
Just a quick hello to Arman.
Hello.
And you're quite right, Grayson. You should be mowing, although it's not all that's it's packed out to be. We've started mowing here and haven't stopped since, so it's a bit of a pain once it does start. And Grayson's watching you on the lunch break.
Oh.
And loves your work.
Oh, that's very nice.
Jana is asking what the background colour is.
Ah, yeah, it's a beautiful, it is actually just a yellow. I was going to keep it out to show you in case I got asked that, but did I? No, it was.
Want me to pull one out? Is it that one there?
Yep. It was just the Dollar and Rowney lemon yellow. It's such a beautiful, summery, happy colour. So I just wanted to give that a go. Like I said, I'm winging it. I only painted the background about an hour and a half ago. I sometimes think about what potentially is going to show through and what colours am I working through, so what will complement it. And I just go with a gut feeling or an intuition, and I'm hoping it's going to pay off and complement these colours.
Brenda's saying she loved the ocean one and she tried to replicate it and it turned out awesome.
Oh,
but,
brilliant.
She's had a hard time getting the small enough starfish. So.
Yeah. Do you know the best place I get them from? Is Amazon. Amazon are really good for it.
Yeah, giant starfish does sort of ruin it, doesn't it? It's like a giant shell.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I spend a lot of time debating with my oceans. Do I want them to look realistic from a perspective point of view? And sometimes you've just got to have fun with it and don't stress too much. Yeah, otherwise it could stifle that juice. Alright, so I'm just mindful. So apologies, there's going to be some noise now as I'm going to try and bleed out these colours. So if you've got sensitive ears, I do apologise, and hopefully I won't cover the image. So I'm going to go slow to start with. And what I might do is actually get Neil, because I don't want to stick in my brand new heat gun up.
Oh, we're going to do your heat gun. Okay.
Oh, you might not be able to see though with the... Yeah.
Hiya, Desi from India.
If you can just go, I'm just going to get Neil to pop my bubbles, and I promised I would not ruin.
Do we know where they are? Can't
Just all over. Alright, I'll do it then. I've got nothing on that gun, I'll be alright.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it.
Alright.
I've gone through so many blow torches, and we don't want fire again like last week, do we, Petra? And I would love to know, Petra, how are your pigments coming along?
G'day, Lazy Mum from California. I'm assuming CA is California.
We'll just go with that until they tell us otherwise.
Yeah.
Alright, it's about to get noisy. I've just got to be careful because what I'm going to do is potentially going to cause this resin to heat up a lot, so I'm going to have to keep moving to different sides to try and not get it to burn. But there is a lot of movement that I'm going to try and happen with it. So I'm losing my red, so now I'm going to have to apply more red, but that's alright, we can come back in and do that. You see that heat coming off the resin? Alright, I need to let the resin cool down. You can see that heat coming off it.
Wow.
Shouldn't have really let it get that hot, but what I'm trying to work out is what is this? What is
asking for no fire? I think we are getting a bit close there. I don't know if you can see quite how much smoke there is coming off.
It's not smoke, it's heat.
Oh, sorry, heat.
I've not burnt it. It's all right. But what I am going to do is just look for where there's lumps, but try not get too much colour. Now I'm loving. Gosh, it is a hot. I'm loving this part here. Is just exquisite and stunning. I've lost a lot of my gold. I've lost red here. So once this calms down, what I'm going to do now is apply some more colours in random places and do the same thing. But what I am loving is the pop effects that you get in here. I think is just beautiful. Now the runoffs that you're seeing, don't stress about that. I will pick them off. Sorry, my head's going in front of the camera because I need to look what's happening. I will be able to use those, pick it up and use them as embellishments. But I am loving how it's bleeding off here.
Hi to Maria.
Hello.
Late to the party, she says.
That's okay.
Welcome anytime. Anna Marie is saying that when a girlfriend comes over, she always laughs when you say, I digress.
I do. Have I said that tonight? I don't know if I have.
I don't think you've given us an I digress.
Yeah.
No.
Well, at the minute I'm not digressing, but I'm pondering. I'm pondering, people. So I'm just letting that resin flow out. I've got to remember as well, some of it will have diluted because of the clear that's at the side of it. So now I'm going to add a few more colours, and I'm contemplating at the minute whether to add them in the same areas that I had them before or mix them up a little bit more. And I'm just mindful that the canvas is not going to fall off, but you can see parts here where it's the clear's not touched. So currently, and I hate doing this without my mask, but I've got to do it so I can speak properly, I'm just checking that the resin wants to flow over the edge so that I get that nice curve that's going to come off.
Why do you have those spots there where the colour hasn't taken?
That's clear. So when I put clear underneath, that's popping through and creating its own effect. So there's a difference between clear popping up and it creating effect, or there being no resin there at all. So I'm looking for the places where there's no resin at all, as opposed to an effect. Okay. So I'm just gonna see quite a few where I need some more clear. So I am just going to stoop down low and just feed the clear in certain areas, just so it can level out, because the risk is if you don't have enough resin on, that you'll get craters, and nobody wants craters in their resin. I'm Sharon, I'm digressing. There you go, I got it in. You did? Naturally. Alright, so I'm just putting more to the edges here because I just want to make sure that I am going to get some popping over. And that's the one thing I would... Oh, I've got one of my... How? Who's got long hairs around this place? It's just disgusting. It's mine. And I've got my hair tied back. So really loving this part here. as it comes in against that purple and that blue. So there's some things I want to do. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to lose too much of this yellow, because I really do enjoy this yellow by itself.
I like the vein effect on that.
Yeah. Alright, it's about to get crazy, people. Not really. I'm just trying to be dramatic. Build the suspense. I'm coming back in with, sorry, I'll try and use my hand that I don't normally use, just so that you can see. I'm just going to come in with some colour again.
Which one's that? Is that the red, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's not going to be as bold because I don't have the yellow now to make it pop. It's going against some of the dark colours. So
Maybe it's vibrant.
no.
Heather's saying she loves the yellow background with these colours.
Oh, thank you, Heather. What I might do is just feed some against, so now I'm not going to be as uniformed as I was originally going to be. I'm just, because for this red I really want it to have some yellow for it to pop against. Sorry, my cup keeps getting in the way. I've got to stop apologising. I'm being typically
And what made you go for yellow background?
it's just a lot of the time it's intuition with me. I really just trust my gut feeling. I knew I wanted to work with a pop of colours because I gave that as a selection and that's what people wanted. And I've been thinking of ideas. I have so many creative ideas in my mind of stuff I want to work with or things like that that could go on for years. And I just wait until there's a time that it says, which sounds really weird, but it's true. It's just a feeling. Yellow it was today. So yellow it is. I just love bright colours. I felt there was a positive energy and I felt like it would complement what we're doing here. Now some people might start freaking out because I am just plopping colour on now, but I'm Sharon, trust me. Because in my mind I think when I start to do the swirls, because I am going to be doing swirls, I want some almost like a tie-dye look. Anybody got anything that they want to ask or share? Tips or tricks? Petra, how's your pigments coming along? Alright, I'm going to start putting things in here. Look at the effect that's been created from that there. I don't know if you can see that.
I don't see much on that side from here.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, I do on the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is where we're just getting adventurous with our colour. A little bit. No rhyme or reason. Just what I want to do. I am sometimes, well, not sometimes, I'm contemplating though, just trying to make sure that I work with the resin where it's trying to tell me. I'll go with the shapes, but also I'm trying to avoid mud if I can. But I also like to push colours and work with colours that I don't think a lot of people would work with because they think that it's going to create mud. And most of the time I'm successful, but sometimes it's like, nope, that's not going to work.
Hiya, Sophie.
Oh, is it my Sophie?
Here's your Sophie's.
Hey, Sophie!
And Petra's saying she's got 9 colours, but she needs to do more testing.
Okay.
And of course, more colours.
Oh,
It's going
beautiful.
very well by the sounds of it.
That's brilliant.
And Anna Marie's asking if you sell your artwork.
I do sell my artwork. I'm terrible though at pushing the sales of my art. I sell it all. It's more privately. Every month I say, or every year I say, right, I'm going to get my Etsy store up and running. But between creating my artwork in YouTube, spending time with my Neil, the one thing I'm terrible for is pushing the art. But yes, I have sold my art across the world. I've been very fortunate. But I haven't pushed it really since I've been back in the UK greatly, because I've been waiting for all my art to come back over from Australia, which arrives in the UK in a couple of days.
Good evening, Rusty.
And then I plan on starting to do markets again and selling them, but it's more private. So if anybody's ever interested, they just need to reach out to me and we will negotiate. I do custom made. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of artists are the same. They love creating, but when it comes time to sell stuff, we're not really good at that.
Nothing an extra 100 hours a week wouldn't help.
Yeah. My goal is just to, in an ideal world, I would love to sell enough so that I could continue to keep making YouTube channels, create exploring art, and sell enough to maybe get a holiday to see the kids over in Australia once a year. That'd be my goal. I'm quite liking this really abstract feel to this. I don't know what everybody else is feeling.
Rusty, perfect timing. Rusty's saying loves the colours.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Everyone else has gone quiet since you've added all those lines.
It's okay. Yeah. Might not be everybody's.
Would have been a very short video if you'd left it at that, I guess.
Oh, I'd never leave it at that. That's me just popping on the colours and then waiting for the resin to tell me where it wants to be and then trying to go with it. The only time I really have a preset idea is if I'm doing an ocean or peacocks, or even when I was doing that ocean scene on acrylics, I didn't know what I was doing until I I'm digressing. Come on, people, ask me some questions. What do you want to know?
Grayson saying sorry, feeding his face, her face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't mind as long as they're happy.
Karen's asking, you moved back to the UK?
Yes, we did. Me and Neil's been back in the UK 3 years. Yeah, moved back to be with family and support family, but our beautiful children are all stayed out there, and so we get to go out and see them, or they get to come out here. But re-establishing your life takes a little while when you move continents.
I am Magni1 from Cyprus.
Oh, hello. We love a bit of the old Greece.
Grana's saying it's wonderful, mesmerised by the wonderful colours, as is Anna Marie.
You guys asked for colour and I listened. It wasn't oceans, it was a colour vibe you wanted. So we are doing it and we are having fun. And we are 7 of 9. Sorry about using the Queen's we there. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are, but this is where I really go into the creative side, so keep pulling me back out and asking if you need anything.
Oh, we've got Shahid from London, first from the UK this evening.
Hey, welcome. I hope you've had a lovely Sunday. Now gotta be careful because this yellow, I really don't want to lose it, but I'm enjoying adding all this colour still. Look at that, blue straight through the orange and never created mud. Very happy by that, Neil.
Karen's saying she's very happy she found you. Just saw your video from the first ocean beach.
Oh!
Good evening, little Lulu.
Hey, little Lulu. She's getting earlier and earlier. She's seeing more and more each week.
Yes, she's almost missed it again, but not quite.
Not quite. You've got us for the whole shebang. You've just got me as I'm entering all the colour, so lucky, lucky you.
Karen's saying you're a great artist.
Oh. You guys are sweet.
That's coming back nicely now.
What, the
effect? Coming back is the wrong term because you knew what you were doing. But
yeah, Neil always stresses.
Yeah, I stress when you start going off.
You're like, that's not what I would do. That's because you're not an artist. That was mean, wasn't it?
Rachel and Grayson both asking, well, Rachel's asking, do you have a favourite rose gold colorant for resin?
Ooh.
And Grayson would like to know your preferred resin to use.
Ooh, good question. Look, I am still willing to explore resin. and try different brands. I've tried Amazing Clearcast, Resin 8. I've tried some more. Which ones have I tried? Why can I not remember? But currently within the UK, or easily accessible one, is Mastercast for me, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's because that was the first one, or Art Resin. Don't like Art Resin.
That was a smelly one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm sure it's a good brand, but it has such a sweet smell for me. It gives me a headache. I don't like the amount of bubbles that you get in there, and I don't like the length of time you get, because I quite like to get in and out fairly shortly. I mean, this one's a bit pushing it because I'm using Resin 8 at the minute, but I definitely am a lover of the Mastercast. I don't know why. I think it's because when it's quite thick, so when I add stuff to it, it holds its shape, it doesn't discolour, you get a long work time with it. Yeah, so I've got that again to try, but I'm willing to keep trying.
And so Rachel was asking, do you have a favourite rose gold colorant?
No, I don't.
You haven't really
use
done
rose
anything
gold.
with rose gold, have you?
No. Something I'd explore. I think Colour Cottage, they've got one, and the Decorum, they've got a nice one as well. Okay. I've not used it yet. I've just seen it in the selection. I think I used the rose gold in my bubble one that I created. So I'm just mindful here because I'm using this green. I don't want.
I'm guessing Rachel's trying to do something for with rose gold. Little Lulu saying a very unique piece, very colourful.
Thank you, Lulu. Hopefully I'm doing you proud.
Oh, here we go. Rusty's coming in saying just resin or colour obsession rose gold, or both beautiful, but not sure if they're available in the UK.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Rusty. As always, very helpful.
Karen's asking, have you ever painted with epoxy on wood?
I have. What can I clarify wood, because I do use it on MDF and wood for some frames. Are we talking more the natural looking wood where the bark's still on? Would be my question back, just to clarify, because I do use canvas boards, MDF, and I have used wooden.
Right. So both of those pigments should be available for Rachel. She's over in Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.
Heather's asking, what's your favourite pigment brand?
Oh, Heather, don't do that to me.
That's on the spot.
Oh. Do you know what? I've got, at the minute, there's a few go-to ones that I really, really love. The one that I've got the biggest collection is the Colour Cottage pigments, and they are beautiful, glitter, vibrant, and I've got a full selection. I've recently been playing with the resin art ones, and I don't have a full collection, but the ones I've got are just, you can tell that they're quality, very big quality, and I love those. And the Res, I've only got 4 colours, so it's very hard for me to say too much about them, but the 4 I've worked with are beautiful, but I've just not had a chance to really play with them, because unless you've got a full palette, you don't know how they're really going to interact with themselves. And it's Le Res that I'm applying now, this green. But I also, for my oceans, I love to put in the Peebo ones are my favourite ones for ocean. So I'm still willing to explore. I've not got on the bandwagon of Stone Coat yet, because it's not readily available in the UK. I'm sure it's beautiful, but myself personally, I've not had a chance to really play with that. So
Petra's also saying for Rachel that Eddie Chem has a nice rose gold, the Resin Tint Plus Rose Gold. And Karen was has clarified, like a wood table out of birch plywood, so plywood.
I've not played with that yet, and I would definitely give it a go. I've had a few people wanting requests to do some artwork for them in that, but I've not given it a go yet. I think at the minute it's been space and just setting it up, and I've not had a personal need for it. But it's definitely something that
Plywood would be pretty good because it's quite solid.
Yeah.
As long as it's internal. Little Lulu likes your ocean pea, apparently.
Ocean pee. Well, I do pee in the ocean. Well, I used to do. I'm allowed to say that.
She's saying, you always make me proud. Very good artist you are. Love your new ocean piece. I'll convert that word. Look forward to seeing the video. And Archangel, good evening.
Hello, Archangel.
Another gorgeous piece. Reminds them of the 60s. It
Yeah.
is very 60s. It's very psychedelic.
It is. I just want to get back to Lulu and why she wants me to pee in the ocean. Little Lulu.
Monica's Creativities. Evening.
Evening. Thank you for joining us. So the question is, am I just going to leave this in bold, vibrant colours? Am I going to heat it and let it blend in, or am I going to add some of Sharon's magical swirls? So I'm going to ask.
Well, actually, my vote would be leave it like it is, but you know that.
Oh, you're going to sway the audience again.
No, not at all. Monica's saying loves this one.
You guys asked for it. You wanted a pop of colour. Yeah, get in a pop of colour. Now make sure you enjoy it.
Judy Fairy Art Mother Sand. Hello from Texas.
Hello.
Magni saying air duster.
Air duster. Air duster.
Oh, Karen's going for swirls.
Karen, I might stick one in for you.
Oh.
Did you really just groan at me?
Anna Marie's asking for swirls as well.
Get a chant going because Neil will tell me to leave it. All right. Now, I'm mindful that it's a lot of colour down there and it's sort of bold here, but we'll sort that out.
I agree, Joyce.
Joyce
is saying, big as you are in this world, she's surprised these companies haven't sent you a full colour palette to explore.
There have been a few great people. The Colour Cottage have been really great at keeping up contact with me. Resin Art have been very good at keeping in contact with me with some pigments. And anybody that does give me anything, I'm really appreciate it. I mean, I don't go out there and ask. It's not in my nature to outright ask for anything, but it does cost a lot running the channel. Arteza have just recently sent me products to demonstrate, which is what I did my ocean.
Yeah, they sent a full palette.
Yeah, which was really nice. So I'm hoping, I would love to become an affiliate with somebody who does resin, because that is the most most costly thing that you need to work with for when you're doing this kind of art. So yeah, it would be nice. I'd love a wish to get that, but one will see. I just don't want to sell my soul as well. I want to be able to be free to create the art I want to create, because the minute I feel like if somebody's giving me anything, oh my gosh, I've got to do this, I don't want to lose my creativeness, if that makes sense. I don't think it will. I'm Sharon. I'm digressing.
Racers are saying, or leave it with no heat. Jellica is saying, heat it and swirl. Archangel's saying, doesn't know if you can get Legari or Legary metallic powders where you are, but they are gorgeous.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those on YouTube, and I can't work out if they are an American company. I've not researched them, or a UK company. At the minute, I'm trying to build up who are the brands over in UK or Europe that I can start making contact with, because I really just want to understand what can I recommend for people, even if they don't want to send me anything. But I can get hold of some myself and try them. I'd just love to be able to share that information with people.
Yeah, Archangel's saying check out their YouTube channel and see them.
Okay. So I'm just getting rid of my bubbles. I am loving how these colours are bleeding into each other. And I'm thinking that I might just heat it up. I'm very nervous, but I don't want to blast it too much, but it needs it. I promise not to blast it as long as I did before. And try and not get no steam. Sorry, I just knocked the camera. You're all going to feel a little bit dizzy.
I agree, Mother Nature.
Why? What do you agree with?
Leave it. It may turn to mud.
No, you don't.
You have to listen to Mother Nature.
I've got magic swirl fingers, I'll have you know. Alright, just coming in just to heat it a little bit, not a lot. Just to get a little bit of blending happening. Okay, I'm just going to let this sit and do its thing, and I'm just going to check my edges and then work out what that resin is going to be best
doing. That's looking even more 60s like in that blue area to me. Magni saying she wondered what a laser pen might do to resin as heat guns and blowtorches do what they do. A laser is very focused and hot. I presume it's more of an infrared pen.
Sorry, I'm just going to get in way of camera just a little bit, just to get my edges. I apologise. You're just going to have to look at my grey streaks.
That's right, I'll talk over your grey streaks. Archangel is saying, you'll have to correct my pronunciation as well. Is it Ligari? Is an American company, but I think they ship all over. They have an art resin with no bubbles.
Ooh! Oh!
There you go, there's a tip. Little Lulu, I've heard that one can use powdered makeup, mustard, cocoa as a resin pigment. You can't use my mustard. Have you ever tried those?
Oh, never!
Karen's saying she loves colour. It's beautiful, loves the colours.
All right, I've got my trusty little stick, people. What do you think this means?
Oh, they're all saying leave it.
Are they?
No,
I don't believe it. I'm going to be very mindful. I'm going to do big ones.
Monica's used eyeshadow from a dollar shop. And they worked okay. She now has a stash of actual resin colorants. And Joyce is saying, I know, that's why I enjoy you and Tammy Anderson so much, because you refuse to sell your soul to appease those who send and expect.
Yeah.
Quite agree. It's important not to... I
don't know if you guys can see that.
Sort of reviews in favour of anyone that sends you stuff, I think.
No,
it's got to be totally open and transparent.
All right, I like that. I dig it. I dig it. Can you see it? Or do you want me to do you want me to just take it off the stand and show you close up of what I've just done, and before I do the others? You might go a little bit dizzy, but I'll try not to lose you and bring you back. Are you okay? Just avert your eyes if you have a little bit of vertigo while I just bring you off the stand.
Mother Nature made a very quick change. There's one here saying, no, your yellow and blue will go green and then freeze.
Vibrant. Yes. Has it added value? I think so.
Rusty is swirling. Maria L, good evening.
I'm going up.
Or good day, wherever you are.
So,
Joyce is saying swirls.
Yeah. Little Lulu will like the swirls.
Yeah, she's definitely saying yes, please.
All right.
This is Anna Marie and Karen.
So what do you think to this piece? You're getting the colour pop. So avert your eyes as I put you back on the stand. I do apologise.
So Magni's, good idea, eh? Saying, why don't you roll pencils or pens in the overspill?
do with the overspill is I use them for other pieces of art as well. So I leave them as they are. They dry on this material, they'll come up and I'll use them, or I'll scrape them up and I'll put them into something. So I am going to go with a few more swirls like this, people, because I really believe that it belongs in it, especially because it's got this 60s feel or vibe. But I am just letting everything cool down a little bit before I do too much, because the muddiness will come if I have to keep repeating it. So I'm really loving this, actually. That bit of yellow really is adding value. So I'm going to do 2 little ones here. I hope you can see close up. What I might do is...
Jana is saying the swirls more, please. Several people were thinking that Magrie's idea of rolling the pins is a good idea. I guess you'd have to hover it above the table so it doesn't muddy.
I'd have to buy some pens to do it.
Petra's saying, well, beautiful, very vibrant.
Thank you, Petra. Don't forget, when you start making your pigments, I'm happy to give them a demonstration.
Maria L is in Pennsylvania. Hi to Beverly.
Hello,
from
Beverly.
Alabama.
This is so cool and kooky. I'm just admiring my own work. Excuse me. All right. I don't know whether you want to keep coming in and having a look at this or not. Just don't want to make you too dizzy, but sorry, Neil, I'm just blocking your view there. I like that. I'm tempted to leave that. Are you? What are you saying?
Nothing. Lulu's saying she'll have to go back to the beginning to start watching it again once it's posted.
Oh, which one? The
presume the bit she missed at the start. I'm guessing. I'm making that up. I'm assuming.
Never assume. See, why has it gone quite dark?
Petra says if she's ready with her first 12 colours, she'll send you some.
Oh!
There's an offer.
Oh, it's about time, isn't it, that us Europeans get some nice pigments and we can share. See, I love this here. I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel it needs to happen here as well. But I'm trying to leave enough colour popping out from them. But I think it just really just complements it. I'm Sharon, I'm digressing. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to hold my breath and do it. Here.
Little Lulu confirmed, yes, this one. She'll watch from the beginning of this one at the end.
So I will have to come back with my heat gun and blow these bubbles, but I'm going to blow these bubbles. I do apologise. It sounded really bad. I just love it. It just makes it quite 3D. I'm mindful though, if I do end up with any dimples at the end, I will have to put a clear coat at the end of this, because I'm just not liking how the resin is not necessarily even over this canvas here. That's the risk when you use a canvas. You've got cups underneath it. Alright, it's like definitely flower power. How are you feeling, Neil?
I really like the blue area. It's definitely, you've got your tie-dye there. I like it, then you start doing something else, makes me nervous, then I love it.
Like it.
And then you start doing something else and I get nervous. Oh, it's a beautiful close-up of your head there.
Was it? I'm so sorry. You can see, can you all tell Neil he needs to dye my roots? I've been watching my hair on the last few videos and all I can see is terrible roots.
Mother Nature's asking if holding your breath is a secret.
It is. Can she tell that I'm holding my breath? Because I do. I hold my breath and pull weird faces while I'm creating art. I've just noticed that and realised that, but I can't help it. That is me.
Karen's asking, how often do you live chat?
Live chat? As in what we're doing now?
YouTube live, yes.
You can answer that.
Yeah, we've started doing every Sunday at 8:30, but next Sunday we won't be online, or should I say Sharon won't be online.
No, it's a duo.
I'm hidden in the background.
You're my person.
I'm sat here at the bar. Won't be next Sunday because we're going up north to visit Sharon's family, but back again the Sunday after that. So yes, we're trying to. This is our fourth week.
Yeah.
Fourth week, and going to try to make it a regular thing on a Sunday. Like I say, just not next Sunday. I quite agree, Joyce. Joyce is saying it would be great on a 60s and early 70s rock band vinyl record cover. They used to make great vinyl record covers like that.
Sorry, just looking at where there's gaps that I'm not enjoying.
Magni saying really loves the circle swirls.
They do add a lot of value. They are my, I think, I want to say my signature. You know it's a Sharon piece of art if you see this in here. It's just something that I feel adds a lot of value when you're doing fluid art. And I don't think it's necessarily because I don't think it's devaluing anything by doing it. I think it adds a lot of value. It just creates a nice feature. As far as I'm concerned. I didn't know where I was going there. I was too busy thinking about what I want to do next.
We'll have to move the camera over it. The camera's not necessarily picking up these swirls on the blue.
Alright, I will bring the camera in again. I think there's just a tiny little one here. And then maybe... Is my head in the way?
No. No, your shoulder's in the way, but not your head.
It's very hard, isn't it, when you go to think of camera angles, what you're trying to...
It is, because the camera actually loses its focus when
oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. And it's hard because there's a delay. Joyce is saying can't really be replicated or duplicated.
No.
Lisa Wyatt Art, my best medicine. Good evening. Colours are fantastic, she says.
Hey. Sorry.
You're right, Magni. I was actually thinking the same.
What?
Wondering what it would look like on an actual vinyl record.
Yeah.
With the colour sit in the grooves. Good for a clock, just add hands. Quite agree. They did actually make a couple of sort of wacky coloured vinyls, I seem to remember.
Did they?
Yeah, there was one or two. Don't ask me to name them because I can't, but I have seen in the past. Not that we're that old, but if we were, we would have seen some.
Hashtag disclaimer.
Yeah. Couldn't beat... No, I'm not going to say that.
What?
Can't beat a 12-inch.
You heard it directly from Neil.
A 7-inch. Absolutely fine for a single.
Alright, I think I'm just going to get my bubbles out. I really don't think... I do, but I don't. This part makes me nervous. Let me get my bubbles out and then see how I'm feeling. Alright. This is definitely setting up now, so it has been an ideal time to do the swirls. But if I force too many, now I risk having big holes in my resin. So this is the reason I'm not necessarily a lover of this particular type of Resin 8. Not the brand. The brand's absolutely fine. But I picked a very fast curing one, and there's some limitations to that, I feel. Oh. What?
Joyce enjoyed my comment, I think.
Which comment was that? Your 12-inch? You like a 12-inch? Alright.
I almost stopped myself.
I feel it needs something. There we go. I think. Let me check all my sides and my edges. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked the camera again. I'm just getting low down to look for bubbles. I definitely need. I think this will end up needing a second layer just of clear. Only because it's curing, as I've done swirls, so there's a risk.
No, I totally agree with, was it Heather saying she really liked the yellow? I like the yellow coming through on that.
It just makes it pop. Right, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, for me to take you in for a close-up? So I'm going to take it off the stand. I apologise. It's going to jump around. All right. So just remember, if you haven't already, thumbs up, subscribe, share. Feel the love. All right. Top left. Oh, my fancy torch was like a James Bond torch that Neil got me for Christmas. I'm only just starting to use it. So here we go. Very slowly down. Hopefully you can see that detail of the swirls and some of the embellishments. And you can see that the colours have not muddied. I'm shaking. Come into the centre. I'm going to slowly take you up. It's got a beautiful shine. So you guys wanted colour, you've got colour. And I think that this is a very stunning piece. I'd be happy to have this on my wall. I think it's got lots of detail and interest. And I'll take you at different angles. That it's definitely got a lot of interesting colours. Neil can see. Don't you burn my resin.
No, I'm not burning. I've got a bubble
Sorry,
from my angle.
we'll take you a bit deeper in now. See, again. And maybe some more of the detail that I didn't see when I took you on the first flight over. But this one is going to have to be put away. Oh, Rusty, thank you. I just think everybody needs to give colour a go. Like, make the colour be the hero of your piece. Let it do all the work for you, and all you've got to do is embellish it. That's my favourite colour, that one.
Yeah, I really love that.
Look at that one there. Ooh. And that orange is the brightest orange ever. Anyway, I think it's time for us to go. Lollipops. No worries. Right, I'm going to help Neil put this to sleep, but there isn't anything else left really. I've just got to scoop up these pieces, but there's no point keeping you for that. I'll show you mine, Neil. Hello.
Evening.
And we're going to put this seat to bed. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all your support and kind words. And I love interacting with you. Next video, and it'll probably be in a week on Sunday, like 2 weeks time. We'll see you next for our live.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good night.